Hello, and welcome to Straight from the Cloverfield, Episode 6. I'm your host, Ralph. Today's topic is the dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul is the soul's awakening into the awareness of all that it is. You are infinite soul in a body. The dark night of the soul, it has an effect on the mind. You see, it goes through a judgment cycle. So you can't tally up all the things that you did that you were not proud of, the mistakes that you made, and so you don't repeat them again in the next cycle. So the dark night of the soul, unlike some people might not realize that this happens multiple times. It's not just a one-time thing. You may think you've been through it, but this is what this evolutionary leap is all about. It's not always sunshine and butterflies and toxic positivity. We have to be real and understand that dark night of the soul is a very difficult situation because a lot of people will get stuck in their head and they feel guilt and shame and they cannot get out of it. And feeling guilt and shame and laying in bed and feeling bad about that, it does not help others, to lift others up. It hinders the evolution of humanity. So, when you're going through the dark night of the soul, it is very difficult. But the whole purpose of it is, like I mentioned before, to tally up all the negative things that you might have done or things that you feel guilty or shame about and replay them. And it's like a judgment because the judgment of the mind. And the mind gets worried because the mind fears the soul because it cannot see it and it's afraid of what the abilities of it are. And right now, we're reflecting Christ's consciousness. And the dark nights of the soul are going to happen a lot, and we need to help each other through them. And remember, our true purpose here always is to come to help each other and the planet. We want to help the planet and one another. We can't lose our way when we're sad or depressed or feeling bad about something that you did. And I can tell you now that unless you murdered somebody, but it wasn't self-defense, and harmed a child, or violated consent, under natural law, you're fine. Natural law is there. So remember that. Remember that. You pull yourself out of it. Because you matter and you have something to offer. And Earth needs that. You never know when you want to go outside and see somebody and maybe you save them from what you said about something because they were feeling their dark night of the soul and having trouble. It's what we got to remember because you don't fall victim to self-inflicted rapture when you just cannot stop punishing yourself for something that you did. Just don't do it again, like I said in the other episode of that. It's basically the same thing. It all ties into the same thing. So, also, we're reflecting Christ's consciousness because a part of the sun has broken off, baffling scientists, and it is now, a piece of it is like a halo. So, Christ's consciousness is being reflected. So, humanity is making change, even though your perception may not be. And maybe you're feeling like you're going through a dark night of the soul. But you will make it through this and you will recover. Because we came here to experience things and see how we persevere through them and learn how to make something terrible into something wonderful. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. And we forget about that because we get caught up in our own perceptions and reality of others. We need to come with others and talk with others and not assume what you think somebody's thinking. So, come together. You are a human family, and this earth needs this now more than ever. Always, earth. And remember, gratitude above all else. Find gratitude. It's important. And uplift your brothers and sisters. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day.